Oh shit!
For real. Let it
What unfolds when loyalty shifts into treachery and icons clash with emerging stars Floyd Mayweather, the unbeaten legend who reshaped boxing, now faces one of his most explosive trials, yet not inside the ropes, but from a figure he once called family. Gervonta Davis, the prodigy Floyd molded towards superstardom, has evolved from student to challenger, and this moment is deeply personal. At the center of the turmoil stands Calvin Ford, Tank's longtime trainer and the architect behind his rise. Now aligning with Floyd under the Mayweather Promotions banner, a heated exchange between Floyd and Tank escalated into a volatile clash that spiraled into a full-scale fight, leaving the boxing community in disbelief. This goes beyond ego. It is a war over influence, heritage, and authority strap. And because this saga delivers tension, conflict, and startling truths, it began with a professional choice or a betrayal, depending on perspective. Calvin Ford, the mentor who remained beside Gervonta Davis through every stage, recently shocked headlines by partnering with Mayweather Promotions. While the decision appeared calculated for Calvin, it felt like a deep wound for Tank.
You know, Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 feet in and 1 feet out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left. And unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long time.
Because Calvin is not just another trainer. He is the figure who helped shape Tank into a devastating finisher. From the rough gyms of Baltimore to packed stadiums worldwide, Calvin and Tank were once an inseparable partnership. But now Ford's loyalty to Floyd has sparked consequences no one ever expected.
You want to see you as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him. You're training him all the time. You know him. Both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Tank has long been outspoken about his turbulent connection with Floyd, accusing him of acting restrictive and undervaluing his progress. Bringing Calvin into Floyd's camp felt like the final betrayal, and Tank was not about to remain silent about it.
You know, Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember, Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 feet in and 1 feet out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left. And unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like that. Do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for a long time.
The clash between Floyd and Tank began during a public charity function held in Las Vegas. What should have remained a calm occasion rapidly transformed into a dramatic scene. Tank challenged Floyd before rolling cameras, accusing him publicly over adding Calvin Ford into his camp. Davis allegedly yelled, "You stole the only figure who stood by me. Always, you cannot tolerate watching me succeed. Without you," Floyd refused to retreat, firing back. "I created you, Tank. Remember who handed you this stage. You believe Calvin will help you defeat me." Keep imagining as the dispute intensified, the audience became uneasy. Observers labeled the exchange as volatile, with both fighters yelling past one another. Tank blamed Floyd for undermining his path out of envy, while Floyd argued Tank was unappreciative for everything he'd done for him. No shock at all, Floyd has long been outspoken about how Tank remains deeply ungrateful despite past loyalty shown publicly.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever.
Now, it did not take long for this heated argument to turn into a physical fight. Events took a sudden shift when Tank shoved Floyd, and chaos erupted. Members from both sides rushed in to restrain them both, yet it did not last before fists began flying. Recorded footage of the clash shows Tank swinging toward one of Floyd's crew members, while Floyd himself was pulled back by security.
I ain't no fucking care, motherfucker. I ain't no motherfucker. Bitch, I'ma kill that motherfucker. When I catch you, motherfucker, I kill you, motherfucker. You crazy? Chill. I don't know the fuck they think they're playing with. I don't play no motherfucking haste. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up.
Calvin Ford, who was also at the venue, attempted to calm things down, but instead found himself caught in the storm of Tank's fury. "You sold out," Tank reportedly shouted at his former trainer. The scuffle dragged on for several disorderly minutes before security finally separated everyone involved. Although no one suffered serious injuries, the fallout was unavoidable, leaving a lasting mark on both men's public image and further deepening the cracks in an already broken relationship.
Waiting to sit down and talk to him one-on-one, saying what his mental at. Whatever he want to do, I just prepare him for it mentally, you know what I'm saying?
Following the incident, Tank went live on Instagram to confront the controversy. Speaking openly to his supporters, he refused to stay silent. Floyd, he said, has always been about power. He cannot tolerate that I move on my own path. Tank also suggested that his scheduled bout with Lamont Roach had been buried beneath the chaos. "I should be locked in on my next matchup, yet instead I am forced to handle this drama. They are trying to shake me, but I am made for pressure." This rivalry between Floyd and Tank is far deeper than emotion. It is a conflict of mindsets. Floyd symbolizes the system, a calculated businessman who manages every corner of his empire. Tank, by contrast, belongs to a new wave of fighters.
Set you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see.
As the dust settles, one question hangs heavy. What does this mean for Tank's future now that Calvin Ford is aligned with Floyd? Tank faces an unusual Obstacle, not only must he face Lamont Roach in his upcoming bout, but also confronts the pressure of proving he can thrive without his former team. All right, let's break down this fight for a moment. Lamont Roach is no lightweight. A lot rides on this clash. Gervonta Davis reigns supreme in knockouts. His record speaks volumes, undefeated within insane tally of stoppages. Most vividly, we recall that devastating body shot that sent Ryan Garcia crashing like a folding chair. Tank doesn't merely defeat opponents, he delivers a message every time he enters the ring.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good.
And that's exactly what makes the showdown so compelling. Tank enters as the heavy favorite. But honestly, this fight isn't just about victory for him. It's about proving to the world he remains at the pinnacle, that no one in the division can challenge him. But remember, this also means all the eyes and pressure are squarely on his shoulders. Now, Roach may not pack the one-punch knockout power that Tank possesses, but he's a master of boxing fundamentals. He's a sharp counterpuncher with elite footwork, capable of frustrating aggressive fighters like Davis. Roach has studied Tank's style meticulously, and during the face-off, he made it clear he's not stepping in a B. Just another highlight reel for Davis.
Punching the ceiling, but nothing is feeling like anyone has any fucking ability to even stick to a subject is killing me. The inability to pin humility. The back hole. On the freaking minute, got me thinking of finishing everything with a seed a minute, then reaping the benefits. I'm asleep in the quillican as I'm thinking about an evil intent of another feed. I'm killing it. Cause even if I gotta end up needing a quillican, even ketamine.
And with Calvin Ford no longer in the picture, it will be fascinating to see how Tank navigates this fight under new guidance. Yes, Tank now has a new coach, Derek James, a man with serious expertise. Interestingly, James has a history with Tank. He previously trained Frank Martin, Tank's recent opponent. Here's where it gets even more intriguing. Derek James has been analyzing Tank for some time. He knows Tank's tendencies, strengths, and habits. But instead of devising ways to beat him, he's now tasked with preparing Tank for his next battle.
Y'all got to watch these guys,
right,
man.
He's a good fighter, yeah.
He was a Golden Gloves champ from Indianapolis, right?
That's right. National Golden Glove champ, yeah.
Yeah, man, and he's got some skills, dog. Like, I was like, that's a good one to add to the squad if you're going to add one.
How old is he?
He's like 26.
Okay.
So he's still young.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
Still, and listen, this thing about it, he's still getting better. He's still, because this is our third fight together. So you got to understand that, like, once he gets everything I'm telling him, once the growth process, he's going to be amazing. And listen, he may be fighting for a world championship pretty soon. So
I was going to say, I wouldn't mind watching him and Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, the same way,
Yeah, like
they sparred before the same way, same way.
Oh, they have sparred before?
They sparred before, yeah.
How'd that go?
I don't know how it went. I wasn't there.
What you think about Gervonta Davis?
I like him. I like him as an individual, man. I like him. I know him, and I like him. I think it'll be a good fight. I think that Frank matches up pretty well.
Yeah.
But most of the guys that Gervonta, I think, will be probably the toughest.
From Ford to James, it's only a matter of time before we see whether this change is an upgrade or a downgrade for Tank. Calvin Ford's choice to join Mayweather Promotions has proven to be a double-edged sword. On one side, it's a chance to work with one of boxing's greatest minds. On the other, it has cost him his bond with Tank. The journey has been dramatic. Once standing by Tank and criticizing Floyd, Ford now finds himself firmly in Floyd's corner.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, they say the true colors of a person is coming out, man, because they can't stand it. You know, calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
So why would Calvin Ford, who has always been Tank's rock, make such a sudden shift? Ford has remained surprisingly quiet publicly, but sources reveal that he views this move as a rare and strategic opportunity to advance his own career.
Roger never got Trainer of the Year when Floyd was Fighter of the Year. Yeah. His dad never got Trainer of the Year. So, you know, I've been openly expressing that, and I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
Exactly. Floyd's empire is enormous, and by joining Mayweather Promotions, Ford gains access to a bigger roster of fighters, higher visibility, and opportunities for major bouts that he might never have reached on his own.
So his lifestyle, he may be friends with the guy that fights that fights in the main event, but he can't live the same lifestyle that the main event fighter lives.
But this isn't just about career growth. Rumor has it, Ford might also be harboring some resentment toward Tank, especially after all the recent chaos. From legal battles to courtroom drama and Tank's whirlwind personal life making headlines, tensions have been brewing behind the scenes.
For battery, domestic violence. Put your hands behind your back. You got handcuffs?
Hey, the little one inside.
Yeah, I don't gotta ask him.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She's with somebody.
Okay, listen, I get you that you're upset, but we can't just say...
Signing with Mayweather Promotions might be Ford's way of stepping forward with a professional team that offers structure and stability, something Tank hasn't always been able to guarantee.
He didn't have a chance to focus 100% on boxing. You know, one day you're worried about the position that your family is in. You're worried about your living conditions.
So, how is Tank handling all this? Not well. No surprise there. Sources close to him reveal he feels completely betrayed, viewing Ford's move as officially siding with Floyd over him. Rumor has it Tank was already frustrated by whispers that Ford was sharing Floyd's private training insights. And now, with this signing, it's like pouring salt into an open wound.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then
As the feud between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis heats up, one thing is undeniable. The boxing world has never witnessed drama like this. What began as a professional disagreement has exploded into an all-out war, with careers and legacies teetering on the edge. But the big question remains, what truly broke the bond between Tank and Floyd? These two were once inseparable, so what went wrong? Allegedly, Floyd hired people to ambush Tank during his runs. Yes, the one time Tank was unarmed, Floyd made his move. And it gets darker. Floyd reportedly spied on him and even tipped off Tank's old opponent, Frank Martin, about his location. Having worked with Tank for years, Floyd knew all his patterns, and he shared them with Martin. That kind of betrayal hit Tank hard, and he certainly didn't take it lightly.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drive by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So It's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him bad situation.
But here's the twist. Tank just dropped a bombshell. Let's break it down. Everyone knows Floyd Mayweather is a boxing legend, but he's also fiercely protective, especially when it comes to family. His daughter, Yaya Mayweather, has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons, including her roller coaster relationship with NBA YoungBoy. And now, there's even more drama brewing, and it's absolutely explosive.
Last night was fun, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fun. We were having a simple conversation that happened to be on live, and I said what I said.
Enter Gent Tank Davis, Floyd's star protege, who's been tearing up the ring. But lately, Tank's grabbing headlines for more than just his power punches. Rumor has it, he and Yaya Mayweather were secretly involved in a little something, a hidden affair. And who spilled the tea on this explosive claim? None other than Ryan Garcia himself.
I already knew about all that. Once Gervonta fucked Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and that's not even a secret. That's not something I'm exposing.
That's a wrap for today's video. Clapperboard if you enjoyed it. Smash that like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our future uploads. Bellhop Bell, drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video. White heavy check mark, boxing glove.